But it's really good reviews, and I heard a lot of praise for this one. Yeah, Johnny, yeah, same here. Well, we just like, everyone made accounts, everyone, you know, participated in voice chats regularly, and now when we did it again, they also logged in and we did it again, but on other regular days, they don't really use it. That's the thing. That's the thing. Yeah, mostly everyone just using the Telegram. No, that code didn't work, bro. Nah, I just activated it myself. My own shit. And that's it. So that will be interesting to play. That I will check. Really good reviews on the Game Pass. Probably. Probably. We'll see. When I will find time for that, but it's totally in the plan. That is totally planned. Alright, what else do we have here? Adventure Quest 3D. It's a DLC, it says. DLC to who? Memoir RPG. The fuck? Evade Retro Exorcist. Online co-op, multiplayer, horror and co-op. The fuck is that? The co-op exorcism is more phasmophobia-like, sorta. Gibbon, you're gonna be lagging today. Come on, dude. Hey, Oracle. No, I see, alright. Oh, okay, so yeah, one of those, alright. The dankness. 3 versus 1, alright. Oh, wait, Dink, man. Plays the demon. Or join the Exorcist team, alright. That's the Oracle. A Moonblade Bannerlord, nice. Damn, soak them. Yeah, not as exquisite as you. Have that shit filtered, So this one is out of early access now. I should play that eventually. That would be kinda nice. That will be probably quite good, You can even buy it everything still. Feels good, man. That's very nice of them. No, this one is going ham, actually. I mean, when we saw it last week, I think, right? That kind of seemed like this one is gonna be successful. The one hand galore. I still haven't played this one, damn son. Oh, he's managing to avoid this one. And this one seems really good, For Discover list sometimes it doesn't work, that is true. This one looked really interesting. Very original. So you only have a one hand for everything. And the Simulacra 3, alright. And this one seems pretty interesting, actually. They got like really good reviews too, right? Probably overwhelming. Well, kind of close to it. 92%. Years of practice with my right arm and for it not to be wasted. A relatively quick game. It's in like 3 hours, I guess, or something. But I mean, it's also kind of cheap, so. Nice. Oh yeah, that stuff. I see. Oh wait, they'll flash this in like 10 minutes. Oh, I see. Right. I just didn't see that in the list. Thought it would show him there. Oh, the quick draw against rats. The mouse only survival horror game. They end up becoming the Doomslayer with only one limb. Does sound kinda nice. Does sound kinda nice. I really have to flush it in 10 minutes. Well, could be just the controls and stuff being a little too dank. Could be a bit too dank. Yeah, the biotech is going ham. The overwhelmingly positive still. This one was the last time. Then suddenly resurfaced again. Thought this one was already out of early access like a couple of weeks ago now. Don't tell me there is not that much new and trending going on. Yeah, October 20th. Well, I mean, not that long ago, but still. This one was pretty nice. Demo was pretty good, huh? Tower of Fantasy still going. Alchemic. I see, yeah, that might make sense. That is true. That is true. Ah, I see, Hey, Belial. Probably, could be. The flushing, man. The flushing. So what the fuck is this RPG stuff? Shows as DLC. DLC to who? Hosted by Elvira. This is like the Halloween event. Okay, I see. Host Adventure Quest 20th Anniversary of Doom. Oh, I see, alright. Sibyl, I see. Heard of that game over in your life? Me neither. The fuck is this even? 9th of October 2022. This is just the kind of like DLC for the MMO, seems like. What? Cross-platform with all the phones. Oof. Beautiful. Beautiful. Stay well away, go play ESO or Final Fantasy 14 instead. Alright. Classic. Final Fantasy 14 frogs. Why didn't you recommend my MMO? Bro. What is this? Time to go back to the arguments. I regret kickstarting this game. What a scam. Worst video game ever. Damn, son. Damn, son. Alright, upsell. Let us the Forest on sale. Nice. How's Victoria 3 going? So that one was not going that well. 63% positive, huh? Well, I mean, it's not completely bad, huh? But yeah, looks like a lot of people not very happy with what they did with this one. If you're a masochist like me who owns every Paradox game and most of the DLCs, no review of Victoria 3 is going to affect your purchase decision. Not false. Going to buy it, play it for 100 hours, and then complain about how much it sucks to anyone who will listen. True. Oh, the badges is dying? Yeah, that would explain, I guess, like a little bit of like the frame drop happening. I guess Twitch is doing some fiesta there. Something is happening. It's a cookie clicker pretending to be a grand strategy. 80% of the gameplay is clicking on buildings to build more buildings so that the GDP goes up. Our war system is a joke, diplomacy is shallow, there is no internal politics system, UI is abysmal, look good on screenshots but is absolutely hellish to navigate. Victorian lore, nope, Spring of Nations, Paris Commune, Balkan War is not in this game. Go play Wiki 2 with HPM. I'll see, some mod probably. Every game is a cookie clicker? No, I mean, they probably mean that there's just a lot of clicking going on. Heard that. Heard it's kind of like more of like a tycoon game rather than grand strategy. Like too much focus on like microing stuff, sorta. Only partially delivers an economics front, absolutely blunders in all of the others. I see. Well, I mean, it's not completely, you know, like, bad. That's probably gonna be, like, mostly positive pretty soon. Like, it's like, they had worse. They had worse. They had, like, Imperator, I remember. That one was mostly negative or something, or negative, huh? That one wasn't the best launch at all. So this not even that bad, huh? Not like eFootball. Well, I mean, that's obviously even worse, but I mean, like, the Paradox stuff. The Evil Nun, the Broken Mask. This is some more, like a synchronous multiplayer. Oh, it's actually single player, it seems like. Already knows wishlist, I see. Yeah, we did not show the one-hand game, but he already played it. Sauce, kinda sauce. Maybe he played that not that much, so it didn't even display. Could be that. The Evil Nun. 1st of October, oh, I see. Oh, is this the one? Oh. This one was looking really interesting. It probably will be fucking garbage, man. But like that looked really nice stylistically. I kinda like this one. Like that, I seen this one first time like long ago. Very long ago. I'm surprised that it's only going out now. Yeah, that seems like it's gonna be an MMO. Or maybe it was out already in Korea or something. But yeah, I have a feeling it's just gonna suck bulls with like microtransactions or some other shit. Let's see, Oracle, let's see. If we're blue, hello. Yeah, it's the Ragnarok Online, like, yeah. Sorta. I mean, that's also an interesting kind of, you know, setting, I guess you could say. So I would be down. But yeah, it's all about how it's gonna go in terms of content and how it's gonna go in terms of fight to win stuff, yeah. When is it out? Dude, there's New World also going. Don't be out like next couple of weeks, please. Like wait a bit. Like, I need like double time in the day, dude. I mean 50% increase, please. You make it 36 hours per day or something. Could be Oracle, could be. Well, I mean, Lost Ark, not exactly, though. I mean, you could, of course. It's all about if it's, like, you know, pleasant to play. The main problem with, like, Lost Ark for me, for example, wasn't even, like, the grind part. It was, like, that a lot of content you just need, like, a lot of commitment for, like, the dungeons and stuff, basically. Like, you get to... Okay, it doesn't really have exact date, alright. Winter. It should be like December then, so hopefully. Too much commitment for my taste already nowadays, you know. Like some dungeons initially were kind of fine, and then after some time it was just like, oof, man. Like you want to go with randos. Like there was basically one of the mechanics in one of the dungeons. I mean, we did it with randoms too. It's doable, but it's just like how many like nerve cells you gonna burn, you know? Because you pretty much like have like spots on the ground. Everyone should take their spot, and then whenever like the mechanic starts, everyone should synchronously move like one tile, basically. So like explaining it to some people was yeah. Actually, not. It wasn't synchronously one tile. There was like a rule, basically. Like I don't remember exactly how it goes. Like some ones you move one tile only, some you move two tiles, some you just skip, or someone skips, someone moves. Like it was like a lot of nuance like this, and it was just like oof. You'd rage so hard it went AFK. Yeah, there was this stuff too. Yeah, in some like even on like low level bosses, there was like a lot of that too. Let's see, Julie. Let's see. I didn't really mind the early. Well, like the path to the max level was kind of like, that's true. But then yeah, you get like to some of the rating, and you just realize that like, bro, I'm too old for this shit. Not even like reaction-wise, skill-wise, but like the fact that you need to commit, you need to get in the guild, get like some permanent like group going, right? Hey, Eupharian, hello. Like if you have like a big enough community chat and stuff, right, to play those games together, that's good. Like kind of like we do with like Fallout 76, for example, right? You kind of have like a full group, but it's also Fallout 76. Like there's no like super like, but there is no skill cap content whatsoever. You can go with randoms and there will be no problems. Worst case, you can carry solo most of the time anyway. But yeah, if you can do with your community, that's way better. That's why like MMO streamers actually kind of like can play all those MMOs that much, because they usually have also MMO community that follows them with all the games almost, and they can almost always just have like group of people to do some content. Not even about, you know, like how to share loot and stuff, like, and it's just even the fact that you can have some like kind of random people, but not exactly random people to do content with. Otherwise, if you are like not a big enough community or just a random pleb, then you need to like, you know, commit, get some guild, get some like groups, then you get like, you know, the raiding schedule and all that stuff, and it's just like, no. Nope. I think a lot of like the queues were shit, yeah, queues were shit for sure. And there was also a lot of like kind of about the you know, like the pay to win stuff, and all the gear upgrade mechanics was like a lot of but most of the people kind of reading about all that stuff were like content creators and everything, who were just going like super giga fast and investing a lot of time and money into this, right? So they were like hitting those like barriers always, and then they needed either a lot of grind or a lot of money to pass those barriers. If you play as a regular person, you just kind of like, you just play. You don't even really notice that. Like you bump, I don't remember really like the numbers for those like item levels and stuff. You bump in that wall, but you still have like so much shit to do really, that there is no point. Otherwise you kind of just rush, you like rush through every barrier in terms of like the item level, right? You just like skip all the content basically just to do some like very high tier final content, and then say like, well, shit, I'm done. Let's play something else. Yeah, that's what a lot of MMOs like suffer from, I feel, nowadays. A bad system if you live and breathe on the Lost Ark. I would say actually other way around. Like it gives you a lot of like things to, well, I mean, it's kind of like you don't need to live and breathe it, but yeah, you need to tune in like every day for a little bit. Then you're gonna make like the most out of it. Like all those like limits and stuff, it's like for the like daily once in a while playing. Like if you want to play like a lot and grind hard, then you will need to grind a lot and hard. If you just want to like play, it's enough to just do like some daily stuff. But that's the thing though, if you don't do the daily stuff and you just want to kind of like chill out and quit, for example, for some time, then yeah, you're gonna end up behind. Which is, again, sometimes it's kind of fine if the dungeons are still like relevant. Like for example in New World, right? I returned to New World and like all the dungeons except for the end game dungeons, they empty. Like no one goes there. Like what's the point? No need. So you can't do those anymore. You don't need to, but if you want to, you can't. There's maybe like level 40 dungeon kind of had one group there, not full, waiting, recruiting more people. Not sure for how long they were recruiting more people actually. For a while, probably. Let's see for let's say. Hey, Dogman. Hell yeah. Are you still on? Are you still on board? You can tell people about your example, you know. Can you do the end game stuff without investing anything and grinding your life out completely? Just a long burn, just a long burn. Just gonna be the long burn. Don't start it if you wanna have a life, yeah. Well, I mean, I would say that's kinda any MMO. I would say so. Alright, so let's see what is this about actually here. Dynamic combat class switch on the fly. Combat system allows movement while attacking, which makes the combat more visceral and active on player's end. Target lock-on feature makes taking action easier. A rigid class system is done away with weapon switching. Players can freely switch between 6 weapon types such as sword, bow and staff to discover a combat style to one's liking. Strategic action and various skills are opened up with a single weapon swap. Alright. For each act, story-based quests revolve around the powerful boss monster. Raid system connected to the boss monster also takes place each act. Eliminate the boss with the trusted comrades and acquire materials for some serious equipment. Si je le sais. The influence of a solar eclipse that occurs sporadically. Ancient boss descends to mad world. An ancient boss can only be defeated through a tight coordination between many players. Rewards quality is a befitting of boss difficulty, so please eliminate ancient boss and save the world. Skill mastery, potential mastery. The character to lead path you want. The character is enhanced and transformed through potential mastery. Based on primary weapon, you can design by yourself which potential direction should your character take. Visiting red pillars found across the world, a player faces a harsh trial experience within the character's inner mind. Once the trial is overcome, player earn red crystals, which are used to freely learn skills one may want. Wall's unique design extends to every facet skill up process as well. Not if this you can reset though. A narrative with despair. The unique art concept. I mean, it does look kind of nice. That might be kind of decent, but we'll see. Because yeah, in-app purchases and stuff, Korea, yeah, no. And this one is in development already, I think, for a while. I remember seeing it like... I actually remember, I think, even talking about it on the show here. So that was probably like 3 or 4 years ago. And that was already kind of like, oh, we're gonna be out soon-ish. But I guess the soonish kind of arriving now. Winter 22. Oh, we'll see, we'll see. No, for me now MMO is kind of like more about gameplay, to be honest. Like raids, bosses, that's already kind of like secondary thing. It's more about the gameplay. And that's why like New World is fun to play for some time. Because gameplay is really good. The Lost Ark gameplay was also really good. But then actually all the raids and how... Like not even because they're complicated, it's just the fact that you kind of get like performance anxiety there, I guess. Like because you play with randos, you either like suffer because... either randos PPGs or you are PPG. Then like the concept also like not if you don't basically spoil yourself on everything, like how things work, then you know you just kind of like drag things down. Like the classic stuff, you know, like oh you didn't learn the whole fight before going here for the first time, bruh. Who needs you in the group? Or like, oh, you're watching like don't watch the cutscene before the fight. Watch it on YouTube, bro, if you want. Ain't nobody got time for that. That was literally like a Lost Ark. Actually, I think it was somewhere else also. I remember. It was a Lost Ark, and I think someone told me it was even in Fallout 76. Like when people were actually reading dialogue and stuff there for the first run and shit, and people are like molding, you know. Like, what the fuck are you doing? We're here to go fast. We're not here to wait for you to listen to shit. Hey, Prayer, hello. Good afternoon. How are you doing? Puzzle solving and life sim. And a cozy no combat coyote adventure. Caught a mysterious magical past of lonesome village. And save this town from the hands of evil. The Ogre Pixel. November 1st. The full agenda. Hey Steve, good morning. How we doing, man? Solo play for good story, yeah. Hey Booch, hello. Unlucky, Steve, unlucky. Dim some prayer them. Well, I mean, it's Sunday, you know. That's a fitting day for procrastination. Hey Motley, hello. Yes, Eureka, let's see. Yeah, makes sense, makes sense. That makes sense. Frequency chat, nobody saw this one before. The jigsaw puzzles, them, son. Doraemon, Story of Seasons. The Global Drache, damn son, what a name. Another MMORPG. RVR MMORPG though, damn son. The Realm versus Realm. Confrontation between two major factions is the PvP necessary and stuff then. The Warhammer Online was pretty good, RVR game. I guess there's also like Dark Age of Camelot and stuff. It's very fancy trailers. 2nd of November. It seems like it's gonna be probably kinda... maybe not super good. Might be wrong. But it looks, let's say, a little genetic. Depends how well the RVR is implemented there, though, of course, but still. Still, I guess we'll see. The character creator... oh, the whole trailer about that, nice. It's like you're like average... Korean MMO, sorta. The interface is very mobile. Seems like. Cross-platform multiplayer, that might be the case. A variety of PvP and RVR content. Then probably them. And Steve is suffering in Overwatch, I'll say. Every second MMO in 2012, sorta, yeah. Individual battle skills 1v1 arena, battlefield, conquest battles, sieges and territorial battles. Large-scale wars take place. Test the power and the unity of the players in their faction. Above all, conquest battles which are held on a scale of 100 versus 100 give buff rewards only to the winning side. Showdown that must be won not only for the rewards but for the pride of the faction. The RVR concept, as I said, I can run. Warhammer Online was pretty good, but it still died in the end. And still died in the end. Got reborn now, but still, the fact is, it did die. Yeah, it has. It has like the big server there. Around like 900, 1000 players it was back in the day. When I was checking it out. Oh, they have another one. Oh, Vampire Survivor is like... Damn son. Spellbook Demon Slayers. More of these. Two factions MMO is kinda outdated. It's just like for the mass PvP thingy, basically. Genfanad, I heard about that, but I don't think I've seen it. That sounds familiar. Every single clone looks better than the original. Well, I mean, you know, they need to do something to be better than the original, you know. At least they can look better. But yeah, the two factions is just pretty much to promote the PvP-ness, you know. Like, you don't... That's like the easiest motivation for people to go participate in that, you know. It's not always not always a bad thing, though. You can add more factions, but that will be kind of like harder to balance. There was a RF Online with 3 factions back in the day, I remember. That was kind of... I mean, it was working, though. I mean, it still does. I think the game is still alive. For all these years, I played like in college last time, I think. In like 2007, probably. Maybe 8, the latest. The Past Within. Puzzle Adventure Point and Click. The new co-op experience from Rusty Lake. The co-op puzzle. One in the past, one in the future. Observe and communicate what you see around you, solve the puzzles, and uncover Albert Wonderboom's plan. Also, it's kind of like the... keep talking, nobody explodes and stuff like this, I guess. So like someone in the future contacts someone in the past and tries to explain something. Co-op game. Actually, like co-op something like this with like 2 Steam Decks and shit, that sounds kind of fun. That sounds quite fun. Footy. Kinda whatever. Footy is kinda whatever. Alright, let's see. The hidden gems. Yeah, the RimWorld Biotech is going crazy. Seeing also the price of the DLC and everything. It's insane reviews for the fucking DLC, like bro. Bro, World Mantis, alright, I'll see. Tower of Fantasy. Too much MMO live service stuff going on, man. No. Enough. Stop it. Potionomics. Yeah, the demo was pretty nice. This one is going pretty good too. Pretty good. Yeah, the trading is actually going as a card game. That was pretty nice. Me likey. Me likey. Yeah, the faith is really interesting. Need to see if I maybe can get that. At some point, that would be nice. This one is evading though. Yeah, so basically... a Dead Link. Which was this one? Cyberpunk FPS. Roguelite Elements. 10th of October. I think actually like Tencent invested in these guys recently. So I guess this one was deemed potentially good, huh? Alright, so it's kind of like the Gunfire Reborn sort of thing, yeah? Is this their only game? Or they had something else, I wonder. A Deflector, a Specimen Zero. Oh, they got a lot, alright. No, you show me, yeah, you show me the publisher. I want developer, not the publisher. I hate when that happens. Happens way too often. Demo, this was not very good, was it? Was the specimen also made by the same studio? No, it's different studio. Like, why are you showing me publisher when I press developer, dude? I just want to see what else they made and not what their publisher published. The roadmap. But the reviews of this one is quite nice, seems like. Almost AAA studio level polish, damn son. Oh, they got the 10-cent money now also for something. Doom plus Risk of Rain 2 plus Dopamine. Interesting. Similar to Cruelty Squad. Not sure about that one. Kinda hard to find something similar to that. Let's see you there say. There's more horror. Damn, and I haven't played this one yet. Or is it Steam kinda being prepared again? I don't believe he didn't play it and didn't wish this to at least. Some horror game. As others, mostly positive, Surprised this one is not like exploding that hard, And still a lot of reviews and everything, but yeah, I thought that will be going pretty hard. Kinda the top-down Tarkov-ish game. They got streamers also to promote that, so I thought that will go quite big, I mean, maybe it was big enough. The idle skilling. The ultimate idle game. The years of content. Ooh, my favorite. Well, favorite. I meant to be played for 5-10 minutes a day. And then for years. Totally my favorite gameplay loop. Checkbox body pack. It's actually like not even that many reviews. I guess like those few gamers who have friends to play this, they already got all the previous parts and stopped after some of the part until the part 9 only the chosen survived. Backrooms Escape to Gear. There, I think we saw this one. A 1 to 4 player co-op horror experience. This one is also a co-op. Someone playing as the monster. It's only AI. Purple War. Classic online multiplayer RTS game. Resources to build base and train troops. The fuck is this? The online co-op and stuff. Didn't go for some scuffed warcrafting there, I guess. Seems quite scuffed. China, is that you? Warcraft 3 at home, yeah. Seems like it. And some positive reviews though and stuff. So what's the good there? It looks better than Reforged, I'll say. Snake Ritual Origin. Did I? Hello, sir. Warcraft 3 Reforged on steroids. Fit, fast, brutal, and focused on esports. Oof. Focus on esports. That's kinda instantly not that super crazy good, huh? Pretty clear this is Warcraft 3 clone, but like a Warcraft 3 clone from wish.com. I mean, already access to, I guess. A 1 5-level single-player campaign, no AI skirmish mode, and 6 concurrent players online, so no one to play with. Oh, I see. Well, that's unfortunate. Yeah, that's the problem with multiplayer games. If you like, especially try to like focus on multiplayer, that you need to sell the game first to get some people to play that multiplayer. That's a bit of a problem. Bit of a conundrum there. The Lion Soldier armor, yeah. Kusogi RTS game. The fuck is that? What the fuck is that? We're missing on some genres, huh? Yeah, the trombone champ. This one is still also going pretty strong. Pretty strong. Overwhelmingly. Alright. Alright, let's see what's on other stores. What do we have on other ones? Fuck is that where you don't know the trombone champion? A lot of... I think like a bunch of streamers were playing it. And that's like the Giga... The Giga also. Not a free game, nope. They got like a bunch of like mods now for it and everything too. It went pretty popular actually. Quite viral, I guess you could say. Vortex, hello. Quite viral it was. Seen so many memes this issue was free to play, and yeah, apparently not. Apparently not. Yeah, like a lot of streamers played it back when it was out. Not long ago, but already quite. Now let's see what do we have. So that is it still actually? Yeah, you can get the Genesis Alpha for free on GOG, which is pretty cool. You're also living in a beautiful country like me, then you can't claim it though. Which didn't stop me. You can't stop me from getting free games, bro. So I still did claim it. But yeah, you might have some issues with that. Cyberpunk on 50% discount again. Nice. It's illegal? I was fine. I just moved real quick to another country to claim it. Real quick. Masquerade Bloodlines 50% discount and Painkiller. Nice. Should get the Painkiller actually. But I think I'll wait. Think I'll see. When I move it somewhere where I can buy it at hopefully reasonable prices. I mean, it's still 65 cents. That's already as reasonable as it can be, really, though. Make Taylor Requiem. Relayer Advance. Yeah, do you want the Cyberpunk map still? They do be selling that. A best-selling Cyberpunk Witcher Disco Elysium. The Robin Hood game also 90% discount. Insane. Oh, Divinity 60% discount. Dungeon Keeper. That was actually like 34 cents, bro. That's good. I already have it though. I already got it. And Thief also. Should get a Painkiller probably. Before it became more expensive or something magical as they like to do. That's the Oracle, let's see. Get some of the old stuff that is good, damn. For cheap. Wasteland 3 Colorado. Oh, is it the full version actually? The Wasteland already down to $8. That's solid, huh? Yeah, that's everything. Damn, that's good for $8. That's pretty good for $8, I tell you. Let's see, Jody, I see. Even DLC seems like it, yeah. Maybe not all DLC, but seems like a bunch. Call to the Holy Detonation, yeah, should be. Palace Steel Town, yeah, I think it is. I actually haven't played DLCs. Nice. Yeah, for $8, that's really good. Wasteland 3 with all the DLCs. It was out like what, 2-3 years ago? 2021 actually. No, that's probably this edition. That's probably just this edition. Yeah, 2020, alright. 2 years. The original, that's the digital deluxe upgrade. And the original is, man, like $4 for Wasteland. For Wasteland 3. Oh, the GOG exquisite connoisseurs not enjoying. Shallow overall annoying UI. Dog shit, should I pick it up? What? There's probably also one. Let's see. Let's do some magic. Anyway, you already showing one. No. Alright. Can we get the magic? Poof. Ooh, that didn't poof. Damn, son. Well, I guess he's not shooting that hard. So this one didn't poof. Maybe. No, Wasteland was good. Yeah, I liked it. And more than Wasteland 2, to be honest. Like, it removed some of the annoying things and added more good things. Another RPG dumped down to the console level. Okay, this one sounds like poofable. Boom. Alright. Oh wait, that actually scrolled me back. Let me see. Did it poof on the page too? Yep. That one did poof. Nice, wording's nice. Nice. Demo coffee them. You got him. A bloated mediocre. Not sure about the bloated stuff, to be honest. Not buy on GOG. What the fuck? No hit chance information. Oh, it just like doesn't show like the detail on why it's 75% chance to hit. I mean, that's quite common. To not show that information really. But yeah, I'm not sure. I think Wasteland 3 was decent. I mean, you could say like some of the RPG like writing and parts were maybe like not super godlike. Amount of like variety in quests, the non-linearity and stuff in quests maybe wasn't that crazy good. But I think it was still good. It's on Game Pass. I mean, I think it's better to just like buy it. If you can buy it, the full game for $4 or a game with all DLCs for $8, I think it's just like more optimal because it's an RPG that will take some time. For that price, I think it's better to just, you know, own it. Not to mention that the DLC is not included in Game Pass. Corpse Factory. You see like some weeb thumbnail on GOG and then I'm not sure what it is, so I ain't gonna do that. They still don't have any filters going. Project Warlock 2-pack. Nice first and second game for $6. I still haven't played the second game. First one was pretty good. First one was pretty good. Second one I bet is also quite nice. We'll see. Maybe I'll get to that one. There's like a bunch of like boomer shooters already. Like, which one is actually on Game Pass? More things for me to play. Even more. Asterix and Obelix. The upcoming. Stalker 2. $110 for the good Ultimate Edition. Feels good, man. What a great price. Amazing, dude. Amazing. Let's fork out some $100 for the game. Oof. What a time to be alive. It's gonna be like the base version soon. Get the 100 in, then like 20 per DLC. And that's gonna be like season pass. You want to save with season pass, you will, but only for the first year. Then there's gonna be year 2 season pass that you need to buy with more DLCs. And then also microtransactions on top of that. Oof, beautiful. And then we're also gonna get odds in the game too. Because why the fuck not? Yeah, like the DLCs I think weren't like super godlike. I remember checking those also back in the day. I think they didn't go like that super well for them. Extra for each broken tooth, yeah. Yeah, with odds and stuff. What a time to be alive. Huh? Now, old GOG deals are like for old games are super good. And that's why I like GOG. Like you just see something and you're like, oh shit, that's actually kind of nice. And it's like dirt cheap. I might get it. Like with old games, it's super good. Like Painkiller for 65 cents, bruh. Fucking Soul Reavers 34 cents. Like, dude, you can just like. This is the Blood remaster, actually. Pretty good remaster. The first supply, like 1.45, bro. That's the remaster. That's the remasters I can get behind, you know. That's my jam. Frostpunk for $2. No, Frostpunk is even cheaper than Stalker. What the fuck, man? Milking. And the milking. Darkest Dungeon for $1. Oh, Immortal Montis, yeah, I remember now. So what was that? Immortal Amantis. Amantis? What the fuck is this? Got secret solve puzzles and survive the serial killer in this pixelated top-down. Yeah, Akin, an exterminator who bought a house in a rural area, but the past of this house will affect your present. Damn, son. That's some dang shit. Yeah, do your fucking job and die. Sounds like all of us every day. Just do your fucking job and wait until you die. Elaborated story. Let's see. Let's do the gameplay though. It's basically kind of like the RPG stuff. Point and click. Seems like it. With some puzzles. Let's see. Much is that? Oh, no, 50 cents basically. 50 cents basically. Key B, wait, what? Oh, on the keyboard you mean? Only? I'll see. This is pretty cheap. It is pretty cheap indeed, eh? Keyboard only, alright, let's see. I see. It's actually like an RPG maker. Just kind of fine-tuned or some other stuff. Heavily inspired by faith. Damn, you already. Oh, got it actually. I see. You're already getting heavily inspired by faith something, dude, bro. How? Wait, how is this heavily inspired by faith when this game was out in April and Faith was out like 2 weeks ago? Like, bro, relax, relax, dude. Yeah, you need to relax. Literally, really not hiding is just ripping off Fate. Wait, what the fuck? He's not alone even. What is this? Because there's molding there all of a sudden. You're ripping off my favorite game. It doesn't matter that it was out later, but he's still fucking ripping it off. Oh, early access? I guess it could be early access, maybe even like the demo or something. Maybe even like the demo or something. Bro, how dare you? How dare you rip off Doom, making the shooter here. Let's see, Judy, I see. I mean, could be then. Let's see, was it? I thought it was like kind of like a demo or something there only. Launch FAQ. The release date. Final preview trailer. Oh, chapter. Okay. It was in chapters, alright. I'll see. So there was like different chapters there. Oh man, ripping it off then. Bruh. Makes the game shit. You paid 50 cents for something. Yep. Ripping off. Shaken by SMH, dude. You dare asking 50 cents for that. Oof. How dare you? Now, let's see. Honkai Impact 3rd. There's some new one or is it still the old one? It's like Genshin and Epic Store goes that well that they decided to get the Honkai Impact there too. It's the Fortnite kids already, like, instead of like flossing and everything, they're starting cross-dressing and moving to Genshin and stuff, looks like. So flossing is not cool anymore. Sins of a Solar Empire. Oh, this one is out in early access. Alright, let's see. You paid 80 cents to work out them. From flossing to group meeting. Yeah, kids grow up, man. Kids grow up. Puberty and stuff. It's not about flossing now. It's about cleaning now. Gotta rub one off. What else do we have? Fallout. Now on Epic. Feels good. Base game. There's only base game anyway, sadly. Sadly. That was time when there was no DLCs. Can you imagine? That's been a while. Yeah, you should pick this one up though, Mechanicus. It's insanely good if you like turn-based stuff. And Warhammer, any of that or both, it's super good. And the music, oof. One of the few soundtracks, well, except for like one that's playing right now and everything, that I can listen to just casually. And like Warhammer, nice. Play this one. I like best OST probably out of like all Warhammer games for sure. Maybe many other ones. It's just way too good. It's just way too good. And it's free. So, you know. Get it. Get it. The Goat Simulator still goes MSC. Saturnalia, visual diarrhea more than artistic, I think so. Is it too dank? Neon Folk. Photonica. Hey, Mad New Hello. Doing good, man, doing good. How about you, sir? It doesn't look too bad. Doesn't look at. I thought there will be like some way to dankness here, but I mean it's not too bad. I don't think it's too bad. New Ghostbusters game. There's another what's the name? The asynchronous multiplayer. Nice, bad noob. Nice. Sounds good. Sounds good. Yeah, Dead by Daylight again. Another one. Another Dead by Daylight. Apparently. Apparently. But I mean, it's also free, Saturday, so why not? Why not? She did increase the Mogus price. Or was it that much? Thought it was a bit less. Which is already pretty low here, so... Among Us is like insanely like popular somehow too. It's one of those games that like you don't really... I mean, Among Us obviously, right? Like it's a meme and stuff. But I mean, like you pass like the store with a bunch of like souvenirs and stuff, and like the nearest mall, and there's like some Among Us plushies, like Among Us, I don't know, painting book and stuff like this. Like, bro, what the fuck, man? No kids that much into it. Yeah, the Sons of the Solar Empire. Let's see what that is all about. Hey, Zebra. All kinds of collabs, I guess. Ah, I see, bro, I see. Not even video. I think we saw some of that before, though. It's like a strategy stuff. Out in early access. Yeah, not really like promoting it that well with no trailer. 4.6 reviews, though. Want March to get here soon, bro. That was like March is coming and it's just like dropping a whole bunch of games on you. Better prepare the wallet. I guess Oracle could be. Yeah, the day before is that the one I think about. The 1 hour studio here making, was it? I think so, right? Open world MMO survival, yeah, the Mytona. Yeah, that is there's a lot of like question marks on this one, considering the situation. Yeah, and there was also a lot of question marks with this one, with how they were doing the development and everything too. Because they had what's the name? Getting the volunteers to work on the game, pretty much, as they called it at least. Let's see for let's see, but who knows? Maybe will be decent. But yeah, there were some red flags with that one. We actually had some job openings and stuff there that were looking kind of like way too good to be true. I was checking that stuff. That was these are actually the guys who also did, what was its name? The prop hunt or whatever, right? Yeah. All right. That's them. They actually got kind of quite big, though. I have to say, they had like offices like in A member. For the world survival craft with multiplayer, yeah. There's a Radiant one. See, they actually have quite the history, I guess, even before the prop night with the Fiesta, I guess. And the day before also with some nuances to it. I guess, could be alright. No, I mean, why not? Maybe. Or maybe it will be fine. Oh, I see, bro, I see. Widget, no, there was like plenty. Like as soon as prop night like was out, there was a lot of people entertained in that concept, basically. Yeah, it was quite successful. And I mean, like the day before and everything now with all the studios that they have and stuff, you know, they had some stonks. This is the USC. Had some stonks coming, but still got the volunteers to work. Hands on with Ghostbusters, yeah, 12 days ago, so this one is already going for a while. Interesting. Not really that much. Lord of the Rings Return to Moria development. Damn son, got some dev diaries or something there on the flashbang time. It's like a whole article on this stuff, alright. Very invested into this, very invested seems like. Interesting. Look at the GOG Galaxy here too. Promoting each other. A game stores together strong. Turn to Moria? I actually don't remember exactly. Like they showed trailer. Did they even show like the gameplay and stuff? Or did they? I don't think so, right? The open GOG there? No idea actually. You download and grab Genesis Alpha 1 free. How they actually even promote that way. I think they have like the itch also here, right? Was it? So you can get like each on yeah, you can get each of the IO app here too. Yeah. Not sure exactly how it works, but yeah. That's the thing. And now the GOG too. See, Steve, I see. Did they show any gameplay of that one though? That was kind of like trailer was like not really super in-depth that they showed before. Alright, let's get to the actual news then. Now on the announcement thing, yeah, see. Oh, see, that's why I don't remember. Alright, let's go. So let's start with the stuff I wanted to get from previous times. Which was this article. That I will need to translate a bit. At least some nuances there. The Atomic Heart, as usual. Get some info dropped here. Hello, hello, how you doing? Development is complete chaos. Basically. Wait, did they just bring up a lot of old stuff? A VR project that Monfish was making before the Atomic Hearts. That already like that stuff was in the very first Fiesta. That VR project that was kind of like sus one. They made a VR project, then after a few months they stopped the support of VR project, and basically everyone who bought it got fucked. Oh yeah, that probably the article. Yeah, I think that's the old article we read. That was like, let's say when it was. Yeah, 20th of January 2019, so been a while. There's like a whole bunch about it too. That's the old one though, so we've already been through that, and that's been already like 3 years at this point, so you know, things changed, maybe, hopefully. Alright, let's see. They had on the VR project. There was a whole investigation about it in that article too, which we read before. Some things they made there were even like they were proud of for mentioning it during the brainstorms. Then at some point they sold the project. That period of time is around the time when they moved from the old gameplay prototype of Atomic to what we see now. Then the page of the project on the official website was deleted completely. So that's about the VR stuff, I guess. Everyone's closing projects sooner or later, but not often when that happens with such a noise. Leadership has problem with communication during whole development. They don't want to work with the marketologists and the SMM guys and trying to do all the communication themselves, making all possible mistakes. Multiplayer got removed silently. Problems are not only with communicating with the public, but inside the team. The evaluation of people was not transparent. Doing good, Love. Doing good, how are you? A lot of lies. You can work for a year, asking from time to time if they are happy with your work, and then they tell you that there's no problems, and then after a year, you learn that you're working like shit, and everything what you do is garbage, and they didn't want to tell you because they didn't want to upset you. All right. A game had one big relaunch around 2018 when the prototype was completely thrown out. It was kind of funny, very dynamic, but it was less colorful and less unique than the current version of the game. So it was less Kojimbo stuff there, I guess. That was more of a usual shit. All right. In the comments to the article, one of the developers from the first wave before 2018 said that no one fired them, they left themselves. Also said that 4 years ago, the leadership got the information that they're doing what they're doing and not right. And why is it like not up to standards of the industry, and why it should be fixed. But they still decided to push with their illusions about the right game dev to the very end. Yeah, that's like the people from the studio. I think that's like part of this is from the old article, I feel like. Yeah, the CEO of the company is an investor also. He's a good marketologist, basically. Nice, Love, nice. Sounds good. Play some games. That sounds good, man. Sounds good. Yeah, what it is the time to play exactly. Yeah, some of the stuff is from the old article, it feels like. Like no experience except for the VR project. Absolute misunderstanding of the working process. Instead of trying to find someone who can help them with that, they're redeveloping the wheel every time. That goes to every aspect, starting with distributing the tasks and ending with the planning and prognosing. Nice work, Hugs, nice. The event quests. Age of Empires, there's some events and stuff going on there. Insane. Insane. What do you mean the Dead Cells events? Let's see. The boss rush, alright. Don't understand that their workers have their own lives and families. Can have some meetings at 8, 9 in the evening. Get people out of vacation. People sitting until late quite often. Sometimes you need to put the alarm for 2, 3 at night. Because the next day is like some important showcase. Game designers on like the daily meeting explained with arguments that the changes to the feature are not working. The managers didn't like his manner of speak Then they went for 1-to-1 meeting and told him not to talk that destructive. That ruins the morale of the team. CEO is basically like a fan of the development, but doesn't have a fan of the games, but doesn't have no idea about the game development. It's just a gamer with a lot of money who ordered the development of the game. I see. Right. The results of development and gameplay were like evaluated with words like cool, shit, and garbage. But well, I mean that doesn't really translate the spirit of these words, to be honest. But yeah, that's quite the evaluation there. With meetings with the whole company, he was always saying like let's work harder. The day offs will be later. I see. Likes a lot of epic speeches and promises of some cool stuff later. I think we have a lot of work, and I think we can say no to some primitive pleasures like weekends and vacations for this project. You're gonna compensate it with some benefit, with some what's the name, like some bonuses during the New Year's. So basically, no vacations, no day offs. We're gonna pay you more. But no one saw those bonuses. All right, let's see how it is. Classic. No one had the gameplay vision of the project since the beginning. Art was made like on the knee. Wasn't fitting the design of the levels. Too many features. We're developing just looking at other games. It was looking like, oh, what a nice mechanic. Let's make it our mechanic too. So mechanics weren't working solo or together. Some good ideas weren't really like taken into account. Now vision is formed, even though most likely you just can't change it already. The project feels like it's just like a mix of a bunch of stuff and trying to fit the unfittable. There's a scenario and, well, like the script, I guess. There's a script and it's like the movie script. And the game is made as a movie, not like a game. That's where the problems come from. Okay, so the original author of the idea wanted to make like the short movie or like the short cartoon, but he got convinced to make a game. He was working on the setting for 10 years before the development. He like does a lot of stuff and does it good, but he is the art person. It's hard to work with him. Okay, no agile in development. This game about? Oh, you don't you don't know about the Atomic Heart? Well, I mean, no one knows what it is about, really. It's kind of like the BioShock in you know, what's the name? The BioShock and some MDMT reality or something, you know, or MDMA or something like that. Well, MDMA Soviet reality. Let's put it that way. Nice, like no milestones. A lot of reworks for the areas. Many were reworked from scratch. And tests were starting too early. The areas were too raw. Way testing it in such early stages of the development, everything will be remade and no one knows. Could be for real, but could be. In 2020, all art team just left. And until 2021, like there was like a lot of turnover basically in people, so everyone was like coming and going. They tried to get some cool specialists, but they were always just piecing out because everything was too chaotic and shit in the studio. There was no task tracker for a while. Every responsible developer should manage their goals themselves. Because there's like no managers, no one knows who does what, for how long, and in which status. There were cases when the same thing was made by different people. So like, different people were solving the same thing. Half a year before the release, they started to figure out the basic things, and the pre-pass, base pass, how the atlases work and stuff like this. No one was controlling the textures. They thought there is streaming. They will load themselves somehow. Profiling, if it was made an editor. Testing on consoles started quite recently. There is a chance that past gen game... Oh, okay, last gen not gonna handle the game and it's gonna be Cyberpunk all over again, alright. One day they told they need to prepare the build for the publisher in 4 weeks. But he also decided it's time to update the version of the engine and optimize game for PS5. In the end, all deadlines were RIP, and team was fixing the update results for a while. Bot optimization, you can forget completely. All managers feel themselves Kajumbos. Something like, I found sponsors. Can take control everything myself. Hisabiana, yep, that's the one. A lot of people went to the company to see how it is in AAA, just to learn something, but then realized that there's nothing to learn. No project is just an enthusiasm of some cool people who are sometimes ending up in that studio. The regular situation with CEO, you do some work, he says, cool. Next day, nah, let's do this instead of that. Then you show late in the night what he asked, and he said, that's shit, who came up with that? Previous one was better. Alright. The memes, man, the memes. Some elements that were added to the game weren't explained by lore or the art. No one knew where they even appeared from in the area and what to do with that. As he was making like a bunch of like the crutches. And then there was too many crutches, and many features were working not right for at least a year. A lot of bugs. They're trying to tell about the problem with a lot of bugs and that you need to fix them. This website is the DTF, this like Russian like game development, games, it's like movies and stuff too. Like it's a bunch of stuff. It used to be like the game development center stuff. Daily Telefrag. There's a bunch of like kind of like personal blogs of people, I guess, mostly. And some of them are kind of like, you know, from the game dev stuff. So there was like a bunch of stuff sometimes surfaces here about the games that are kind of like from around the area, let's say. We don't need your game design. Leadership didn't understand who is the game designer and what he's doing. They thought that everyone who does design is called game designer. And then you can add that the CEO with another guy was just pushing all their ideas without changing, without analysis, and telling that they know what's better. Everything was not very good. Some decisions in production, they were checking how fun it is just by themselves. Because they were like only getting the tech designers and level designers. And then at some point we saw like the credits for the game, like the draft of the credits for the game, and almost all the studio was written in the part about game design, even though there was not a single game designer there. It's just some of the like the devs talking about it. There was like long ago, 3 years ago, there was like one article. There was a research, basically, like an investigation about the studio and stuff. And now it's kind of like the follow-up, sort of, but with like some new people, looks like. I should go green. Welcome back to the dungeon. Thank you, sir. Thank you, man. Thank you, thank you. Appreciate it. Hello, man. Hello, how you doing? Quite often before the releasing of some of the like the trailer, management was just like locking themselves in with some powerful PC in one of the rooms for the whole weekend just to make that movie, the trailer. During that, they were blocking access to most of the project files. During the recording of the movie, they were adding the, how do you say, like the... Oh, okay, so they just like were making some like scenes into the movie and into the trailer, right? And then after the trailer was released, they were telling everyone like, okay, what you saw in the trailer now needs to be in the game. And then putting everyone in the studio that all those experiments are now part of the project. They need to fix everything that was broken by those experiments. Sometimes fixes were taking months. Everything was made so the trailer is looking beautiful. And then everything from the trailer was getting into the game, so no one would, you know, nitpick on that. So they could show to the whole world some prototype made on the knee, and then when developers needed to put it into the game. Many of the things were breaking the current design, and some scenes could just remain like as a one thing, a one at a time thing in the game. Because before it was not supposed to be that many enemies in one combat, for example. But there was no tactical use of abilities that they showed, except for the show how beautiful it is. All right. A company comes and goes. Oh, okay. So they basically going to all outsource studios that are making testing, sound, translations, like the language translations, and other like side things. And apparently all the companies are molding about them because they constantly just go to the studio, ask them to calculate the price of such service, and then they say it's expensive and disappear. In the end, after a month or two, they got the colleagues from another company and asking the same work with extra price. All right, it's not outsourced at this price, yeah. The whole Q&A team left. Q&A need to do a weekly test of the whole build 2 times a week. That was taking a whole day of testing, team. You need to compile and download the build, plan who checks what. And the most weird decision was to get all the bugs in one big pile. You needed to filter bugs based on location, type of the bug, but you needed to do it in the messenger. Okay, so they didn't have any like the bug tracker and stuff, so it's like in the Slack or something, I guess they were doing. Oh, it was actually Slack. All right. So like the management was having genius ideas. For example, bugs were tracked in the Slack. Every area in the game had a separate chat where you post the bugs in. Every day got a few dozens of those. In this porridge, it's hard to find the structure something, but no one really cared about it. All right. Development as a whole you can call just chaos. For a while they were recruiting any people in the team when they needed them. In the end they started taking only the... what's the name? Bro, always forgetting this word. It's always like out there and then I forget about it. Like the students, the student workers basically. Like... What was the name? What was the name for that? The interns, yeah, interns basically. So they were trying to get a bunch of interns. And then those who were like approved by the current workers, they were suddenly not fit. At some point, Q&A lead was an intern who was completely new, not just in the project, but in general in QA. All right. In the end, the whole team was just interns that were just doing monkey testing. Checking doubles was really rare. This is like probably like the terms from the stuff that I don't really understand. Dude's first job was a team leader. Dude, where is this stuff? Where are those jobs, man? Can you get me in? I'm down. That would be nice. Finishing the medications. I see. You're leaving in June, July. I see. I say. Oh, maybe I'll manage in time before you leave. If we are going to Yerevan. Like a lot of people from here. Not sure yet though. I heard you guys have pretty expensive like the heating and stuff, right? Because you don't have central heating there, right? Will this game still come out? We'll see. We'll see. The intern who became the lead. Oh, okay. So that's classic. So intern who became the lead was recruited by the CTO basically. So good old nepotism. He said that dude showed himself well on the close play tests. And that's why the whole QA just left. Alright. I see though, I see. Well, I heard it's like pretty much like even apartments and stuff. You also heat with like the gas thingy, right? And it should be like around like 100-200 bucks, I think, during winter. That's quite chunky, I would say. Compared to here, obviously. Yes, the Q&A ended up being just interns and AAA project. In early versions, every area had was designed that the player could like go through it or like go through some segment without picking like different options, so have alternate routes through the areas. But then everything was cut, and now the only like the variety is different weapons and abilities. So I guess it was supposed to be like stealth and stuff like this. In the open world, they were planning dungeons that are not mandatory to go through and unique in terms of lore and rewards. But then they decided to cut content, and dungeons were cut first. Potentially not a single of those areas will see the light. I see. Career jumper save on the heat. I mean, even with that, probably still gonna be something, you know. Because that's also kind of like a big factor that I take in account right now, because, you know, winter is coming and budgets are small. So we need to like kind of keep in mind, need to find something that is like around our local prices here, because money is quite tight for that, you know. Depends how many people we will get in the group to move it. Pressure on the workers. Total control for... total control over the messages between different departments. In other companies, workers quite often just have like the work questions and some random conversations. And Monfish was like this, but then they said that it's not good. You need only to talk only in corporate messengers with mandatory participation of management. 20 bucks for 2 floors. That's like everything, right? Like electricity, heating, all that stuff, or just heating? Let's see, okay, I see. I mean, that happens a lot. Just heating, okay, I see. There will be a lot of people, that'll be kinda nice. But not sure if I'll be able to get a lot. Not sure, not sure. I was feeling like 1984. Workers were in a constant stress because everything can be checked from behind your shoulder every day. Let's see, though. I see. Alright. There will be 2 people that will be kind of alrighty-ish if we'll manage to get the 2 of us. How's the internet connection, actually, by the way? Is that good? Crunches and delays. A lot of dates, but they were all way too optimistic. And until the very late moment, everyone was forgetting about console versions. Testing those takes a lot of time. A couple of times, following the plans of the management, console testing was around 2-3 months. In the last year, crunches became more often because of investors. In the New Year's holidays, most of the team was working. Sometimes you didn't have a choice; you want crunch or not. Sometimes someone from the team was need to be there mandatory. Besides that, every 3 months there was some new reasons to crunch. The new build for investors or trailers. When reaching some particular date, management was evaluating the work of every and firing a bunch of people and hiring new people. All right. Wait, the internet connection is trash? Like the cable internet, not like mobile. You don't have cable. You probably do. Management constantly tells about bonuses after the release and the work you love. If you're not buying this shit and returning to the topic of salary here and now, then relationships with you very quickly change. You're not the one. No, it's not stable. I see. All right. That was the other cities, by the way, if you know. In terms of prices and stuff, is there like some other decent places to go that might be kind of cheaper? Like I heard, like the rent prices are ridiculous right now. I mean, you have Beard actually, Beard of Joy, already there in the Yerevan for the 2nd time, and this time for good seems like. And before they were paying extra for crunches with extra. Like the extra pay per hour, pretty much, for the crunches. Now it's the regular pay. It was X 1.5, now it's X1. So you're not getting any extra for the crunches. Oh, and they're blaming it on the sanctions and stuff, seems like. So basically we are optimizing financial currents. In finances, we decided to reduce the pay for the weekend work from X 1.5 to X1. That measure is only for those who work and get paid on the territory of Russia. That's because of the difficulties of getting money from another countries here. An unstable conversion rate. So basically, you know, you fuck because of the sanctions, bro. Like, if you work from another country, you get fine. But if you're here, then suffer extra. You don't suffer enough, they're gonna make you suffer some more. They motivated that because right now is the hard times. But in the same time, he's constantly talking about that the studio has a lot of money and 3 biggest investors. Gaijin, GM Capital, and Tencent. Recently in official groups, there was the count of all development time. that it was going from the workers work 8 hours a day, 5 days a week. People counted 633,600 work hours, basically. Better not look at Yerevan, I see. Yeah, I need to check. I'm still not sure exactly where, kind of when and everything, but chances are high that it's gonna be happening. I just need like stable internet basically and decent prices. That's all we need, and decent, you know, like people, you know, that not gonna mold out too much. The news with counting the work hours was just like a tease from the lead. Gibriyeva Nadzor, alright. Gibri is where the embassy is, right? Another one. That's where the military base is. That's kind of like, you know, interesting. Nadzor, interesting. That one I haven't heard about. Interesting. Yeah, I should look into it. I'm not sure what my friend's planning to do though. Like if he's gonna be like distant work or he's planning to find something at the place. Kirovakan, I see. It would be nice though. Like I would love to like travel Armenia too in general, in Georgia and many other places to be honest. But you're gonna start with something somewhere, stay somewhere and everything, get the paper stuff done, prepare. We'll see. Still not sure where it will be. It's also depending on my friend too where to go. But like a lot of places are kind of fucked in terms of prices. Yeah, and especially in winter, it's gonna be fun in many places. A lot of people were working more than 8 hours a day. The crunches were promoted. Person who was working more was considered more, how do you call this one, more righteous. It was getting more trust from the management. Like you feel that if you work, you know, base amount of hours, then you don't have a good chance to be loved by the management. You could see that from some workers that commits to the project were arriving even at night. As long as this article is almost done. So everyone who was working was mostly working not with like the contract. So they were asking you to make either individual entrepreneur or self like how we call it this one, like the self. Dude, I have this shit. What was the English name for this one properly? Like individual entrepreneur is a little more dang. That one has like more papers and stuff to do. And there is like self-employed basically, I guess. Self-employment. So they pretty much were making everyone not in the contract as like the worker in the studio, but kind of like the outsource in a way. So like if they would hire like me, for example, they would need to pay taxes from me. Like the income tax, social tax, like medical tax, pension tax, you know, this kind of stuff. So it's like, let's say like 30% total probably. It would be all of those taxes, maybe even more. But if they get the contract with me as a self-employed, then they don't pay any taxes. Then I pay taxes. And it's going to be like 6% basically, right? So you probably in the end earn same amount of money, but you pay less taxes and they don't pay any taxes. That's actually something that the tax authorities can fuck you up. Like if you get all your workers into self-employed, then they're gonna fuck you up. They already like there were cases with that. Because like pretty much like most of the countries are working non-officially, like almost all the time. Oh yeah, they had like the lawyers basically that were helping you to open your company, individual entrepreneur and everything. The salaries were delayed quite often. Sometimes they were sent to your like regular bank card, not like the work the work, you know, business kind of card. Oh, you know, that'll be nice. That'll be nice if you can ask for some like basically like, you know, like place prices like for like rent and you know, like service stuff, heating and shit, and the quality of internet. That's like the important stuff. If there will be like a little bit of info on that, that'll be very nice. I would appreciate that. And yeah, there it is basically. When the shitfest started, then they started getting paid less. Management was explaining that it's hard to get the money through the border, and you get paid less because the exchange rate is trash. Starting with 24th February, there was an option to relocate to Cyprus, but there was the limitations on the amount of people. Many people wanted to go to Cyprus, but they were only moving like the chosen ones there. Everyone else was suggested to move to Yerevan, actually, that we're talking about right now. At some point, they started to just force people to go there, threatening them to not pay them the double money for working in the weekends, or threatening them to fire them. Looks like games still might come out in 2022. And another delay is not happening. But quite possibly that there's gonna be a lot of bugs and performance on consoles, especially on the last gen, gonna suffer. Will we get Russian Bioshock that will get our industry up from the knees? We see the ambitious but failed attempt to create something really good, and we will see very soon. Yeah, that's not the first time this like a bunch of fiesta about them raise up. In 2019 there was also like that article before. I read that already on this show actually. In 2019 that was quite a fiesta too. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see if actually something gonna happen. The fuck is going on there? Yeah. So we'll see. We'll see. I mean, who knows? Like, I mean, at least, you know, at least what's nice is that, you know, it's still like in first article it was said that like the CEO is just kind of like the dude who has no idea about games and he just wants to make money. Now at least it kind of seems that, you know, it's a dude who has money and who just kind of like really passionate and wants to make like his own video game. So at least that's a little bit better, you know. Like at least there is some passion behind all that and some general interest and curiosity. What's gonna be in the end though, and considering a lot of people suffer through that, that is a bit of a pain. The winner gets the indeed. So we'll see how it's gonna be. So a lot of fiesta and yeah, like lack of game designers and basically the dude who makes his passion project trying to just push all his passion ideas in without much of a, you know, analyzing from the professional point of view, I guess. So we'll see. And it seems like it's just gonna be like a bunch of like features and cool things just piled together, and how it all gonna work together, we'll see. Because like art, pretty cool, right? Graphics, pretty cool. Gameplay, well, I mean, hard to say, right? We just saw some, but like abilities and conceptually pretty cool. Music, they got Mick Gordon on board, and just a bunch of like remixes of like the old Soviet songs, so like probably will be pretty good too. But like how all that with all those features and stuff will, you know, like blend together, that is hard to say. Now, the gaming resilient to weak economy, or is there a bunch to cover in this one though? I mean, there's like it's not like that crazy though. Or is it about the fact that they might increase the prices for Game Pass and stuff? And what is there? No, the game prices, I guess, right? I don't remember if I had that actually. Like we had that during the week. But it's basically that Phil Spencer said that the prices might be not constant. Doesn't think Microsoft will be able to keep the prices of games constant forever, but they can provide impressive amounts of entertainment in comparison with other pursuits. He just says about that, and I think he also said that they're not sure if they will be able to keep like constant prices, but it was like unclear. Was it actually for Game Pass or was it for consoles themselves, like for the box? Not sure. Video game industry has never been recession-proof, but that line gets brought out every time the R word is mentioned. I mean, nothing is recession-proof, really. Proven over years, at times of economic uncertainty for families, gaming is somewhat resilient to those issues. Well, I mean, it's just an entertaining thing, right? It's also not gonna be, like, super resilient, though. Like, people still gonna be, like, changing their preferences in gaming. Because, like, a lot of people gonna be like cutting the expenses and stuff. If anything, like the things that are not the reasons, not recession. A recession. A lot of people don't like that word apparently now, trying to avoid it to not stress the people. So yeah, Phil Spencer is pretty optimistic that the games will survive all the economical crisis. I mean, they will survive, but yeah, as I said, it's like escapism media will further try with the world going to shit. I think it's just kind of like it will, but the way it will is different. Like the AAA stuff gonna suffer because like in such economy, paying like fucking $110 for a Stalker deluxe edition, I don't think a lot of people will be ready. The game studios, that's the different story, and that's exactly the thing because like the studios will depend on how much they will earn, which will depend how people will be ready to spend on the games. And I think if anything, it's gonna be actually like the huge rise in all the like live service games, because you know you don't really spend that much. Well, you don't buy those; you're free, right? They still probably spend on those, but they last you a while too. Like MMOs, yeah, escapism stuff where you can just like disappear and grind shit out hard. So those studios probably will be fine. I think indie games probably should kind of be... Well, I mean, indie in general is like very unstable, so it's hard to say if recession will help. That totally won't, really. Like, will people buy more indie games, though? I think that might actually be the case, because a lot of people will be kind of like cutting on expenses and paying more attention to the indie gaming, because, I mean, it's cheaper. Like, look at fucking Overwatch, like, skins, for example, for like $25, and for the $25 you can get like a couple of decent, like, you know, indie games. At least you don't need to buy the skin, right? You just can play Overwatch without the skin. Them. Still will, so we'll see, I guess. Rising prices and interest rates inspire investors to hurry up and find pockets of financial markets that can hold up in a downturn. Gaming remains a high priority for Microsoft, with the company working to close $68.7 billion acquisition of Activision Blizzard. CEO of networking hardware maker Netgear reported 40% annualized revenue decline on Wednesday, said in a statement there was a challenging macroeconomic environment for most consumers. Yeah, like the expensive, the AAA project's probably gonna suffer a lot. Studios, yeah, studios will. I mean, it kind of depends. Also, it kind of depends. Like a lot of studios weren't, like a lot of people working in some studios were already suffering even without recession, right? Like there are some good studios that like pay, like as I said, like before, the what was the name? Which was the studio? Oh, shit, Lova. Welcome back to the dungeon. Thank you, sir. Thank you, man. Thank you. I appreciate it a lot. See, there were studios that already like paying devs like extra because, you know, the prices are rising and everything. And they like just got them more money pretty much. Not because it was demanded or something, but because they think it's reasonable. And, I mean, they can afford if they have income. And the income of a lot of those publishers and stuff is pretty good. It doesn't work right. Wait, who? The resub? How so? Not good enough for greedy shareholders. Yeah, I think if it's like the shareholders who expect, or the investors who expect that they're gonna like, you know, invest in games and kind of like stay afloat in these times, then I'm kind of not sure. I mean, it might drop less than other industries. Let's put it that way, I guess. We can put it that way, probably. And if anything, something like mobile gaming, for example, probably will also... I mean, just kind of like it was in like the lockdowns and everything. The most available, most accessible, easily accessible type of gaming gonna be like in a huge benefit there. At the huge advantage. Because it's easy to get, it's easy to pick up for someone not familiar with gaming too. So yeah, that might be the case. We'll see though. We will see. But yeah, the AAA stuff probably will suffer, I have a feeling. Because yeah, in such economy, like 80 bucks and stuff, that's already like quite a lot. I mean, it was always quite a lot, right? But currently, it is not the time you can fork that out easily. Alright, Age of Empires 2, a Definitive Edition, and Age of Empires 4 will hit Xbox next year. So we're gonna get the Xbox versions on this one. And then more release dates. We also had the Wulong's Fallen Dynasty gets March release date, special editions and DLC revealed. So that's another one going for March. Another fun springtime. Yeah, more money in your wallet required to play everything. Editions you can pre-order as well as some of the DLCs coming to the game. So Standard Edition, Steelbook Launch Edition, Digital Deluxe Edition, and the DLC. Season Pass will include 3 pieces of DLC. Not detailed what to expect yet. Anyone purchases the Season Pass will get the King Long armor as a bonus. Damn son, value. Money from subs, nope. Oh, you mean in this way? Yeah, that's true. But still, it is still appreciated. Yeah, Neo was pretty decent with that stuff, so hopefully it will be fine. Hopefully it will be not too bad, huh? CD Projekt Red reveals codename Canis Majoris is a remake of the first Witcher game. So that's gonna be the Unreal Engine 5 remake made by Fool's Theory developer. Want to do this right, so please be patient. It's gonna be a while until we share more details. We will see. Can get this remake? Yeah, I think it's kind of like long enough, I guess. Let's put it that way. It's pretty much the same as like Mass Effect, right? I think first one around the same date. So when Mass Effect got the Legendary Collection Edition, and that one actually went pretty good because I mean it was like 3 games in one, in the price of one and everything too, and it was decent to remake too, remaster. So why not? Dead Space and other newer ones. Is this Dead Space like much newer though? I think they might be kind of close though. Is it that much newer? Dead Space 2008. Witcher... ...2007. So, I mean... they are kind of comparable. It's just that Dead Space feels kind of... it aged a little bit better though. Probably, Johnny, probably. Yeah, I mean, they're probably not gonna stop on the first one. Well, I mean, the reason they're remastering also the first one is because, like, a lot of people said the combat system and everything was kind of the hit or miss, you know. So that is also pretty big reason for that, probably. True, Sim, yeah, that's true. Them, love them. They know. They know. They know. And then there is also Bethesda announces new gen update for Fallout 4 coming next year. Free new gen update. So either there is some catch with all this and Todd is gonna get us all in the end. But otherwise I like that. That's something like Last of Us could use, for example, because they're not, you know... Because, you know, it was already remastered before. Just make a next-gen update for that for free. Beautiful, right? No. We're gonna sell it again. AAA price. Let's go. Yeah, the problem with this one, I guess, is the biggest problem with this might be that the mods might get fucked, though. So, we'll see about that. We'll see about that. Performance mode, quality features for 4K resolution, bug fixes, and additional bonus creation club content. So we'll see. Mods will get fucked, yeah. That's probably what's gonna happen. Well, that is inevitable. Alright, let's see. The $10 upgrade, yeah. Exactly, Zero, exactly. Warpa. Rocksteady Studios co-founders Sefton Hill and Jamie Walker announced departure. Made decision to leave the studio. Very proud I have worked alongside Jamie and Sefton. Oh, it's not even their statement, I see. Let's see. Decision to leave Rocksteady was emotionally released from the day we founded the company in 2004 all the way to the day Rocksteady is now life and soul. Alright, so well, I mean, that's just a bunch of corporate speech here, pretty much. Yeah, everything's beautiful and everything. Yeah, everyone is like fucking coming, loving each other and everything. Yeah, not sure. Not sure. The original founding member Nathan Berlow will step up into the role of studio director, and Darius Sadigian will take over as studio product director. So I mean, still some founding members and still some old frogs are in, but I mean, in total, kinda sus with all the delays and stuff, and then the leads are leaving. Kinda either very good coincidence or not sure. Yo, Laden. I see. Hopefully. Hopefully it's not gonna fuck things up too much. Alright, see ya, love, see ya. Sounds good, man. Enjoy your evening. Thank you for stopping by. Thank you, sir. Somerville arrives this November. The mysterious sci-fi adventure game finally has a release date. It's only a few weeks away and arrives on November 15th. The experience comes from Jump Ship Studio founded by Dino Pade, former CEO of Limbo and inside developer Playdead. We'll see. Are you looking forward for this one, Sock? Yeah, we saw on the E3 and everything. Looking forward for this one. I'll see. Callisto Protocol's Japanese version has been cancelled due to its violent content. Oof. Callisto Protocol decided to stop the release of the Japanese version. As of now, the CERO rating cannot be passed. have decided that we would no longer be able to provide you with the experience you need, and we hope everyone in Japan will understand. If you have already pre-ordered, we will refund you. Striking Distance does not want to change or edit the content of its game to fall more in line with CRO ratings. Given how terrifying Japanese horror can be, it seems Callisto Protocol is cooking up something scary. Free publicity. No, deve essere. A market too small to be worth it. Could be that too, yeah, could be that too. And the free publicity, I guess. Yeah, some people probably will like that part, you know. The sun must be so dank. It's not allowed in Japan. Paranormal Tales is an eerie body cam style horror game, and that sounded quite dank. I'll see how this works. See how this one works.
Teddy! Teddy! Come here, boy! Oh, what has got into him? Teddy! Teddy, come on now! Teddy, for fuck's sake!
Yeah, View Rising, not sure. Not sure, haven't played, Didn't like it, I see. It's really popular here, actually. That's pretty interesting looks, though. The PT, yeah. Don't play PT. Paranormal Tales. Doesn't look scary at all. I think it's kind of alright. Well, I mean, the view is nice, though. Like, the direction of scares, maybe it could be a bit better. Fisheye effects bothering you, I see. I liked in the forest, though. In the house, it kind of felt maybe like not that good when everything is like, you know, more lit, so you can see like the borders. But in the forest, when it's just like the darkness around, then it kind of was looking good. He's still inspiring horror games, I see. It does. I get sick playing it, I see. Yeah, I liked in the forest, like the forest segment with this like the body cam, that looked kind of cool. In the building, it looks a bit weird though, for my taste personally. The cam was weird, I see. You know, in the building, it was like, I don't know. In the building, you can see the fisheye that like well, because you see the edges, right? You see like whole building. In the forest, you kind of see like darkness, so it kind of like feels more cool, I guess. I don't know. That's easy, right? PlayStation's London studio shares teaser image, new details on Modern Fantasy London co-op game. Alright. So what did they say? Next project is an online co-op combat game, which, as you can see here, is set in the Modern Fantasy London. The key thing about this is that it's a PlayStation 5 title, it's not a VR game like our last title was, and it's our most ambitious project to date. There are some important aspects communicated in this image. It's a Modern Fantasy London, it's a cooperative action, and what we really love about this project is that it's giving us opportunity to showcase a lot of wonder and magic. So we're really excited. Let's see. For us, there was a connection that kept leading us back to it. That connection is that other projects close to the studio's heart, like Blood and Truth and The Getaway, both had their home and heart in London. It says London is an eclectic city, vibrant and inclusive as well, and the studio values inclusivity a lot. White points out that the two are likely biased as well, given the name of the studio and the fact that it's headquartered in the Soho area of London. I'll say. Studio's in-house engine is actually named Soho too. Well, I guess at least these guys have an excuse for have all the meta cities, you know. I guess let's put it that way. The key thing is that isn't an engine that we modified to fit PlayStation 5. It's an engine that we've rebuilt from the ground up for this generation of hardware and the needs of the game we are creating. It's been designed to take full advantage of the PlayStation 5. Hey Lover God, hello. How we doing, man? Oh, what are you doing? The Binding of Isaac creators' long-awaited Mugenics has a new release window. Dude, when did they last drop this one? Like, I even like remember there was like some like weird trailer for that one. That was a while. Couldn't tweeted a gif of two of the game's adorable cats engaging in what we'll call an intimate cat exercise. Tweet links to the game's Steam page, which lists the 2024 release window. Oh, announced in 2012. Holy shit, alright. And then it resurfaced again, right? I think. In 2018, he announced he was remaking the game to be released in a few years. Never heard of this one. There was like a really the announcement trailer, I guess. Was there a trailer? I thought there was one. Some weird stuff was there about it, I remember somehow. It was not the trailer, but like some pictures or something. Don't remember. But yeah, it was some things out there basically. Hey Clever, hello. Preview from the game's first life. Oh, was this one actually? Yeah, probably. Oh, it was 5 minutes even. The fuck was that? Oh, it's like the song there. Okay, I remember. Maybe that's what I remember. All right. So we'll see. And yeah, that one was like announced a long time ago. Slated to launch for PC, though whether or not it's still coming to iOS is unknown. Hundreds of hours of gameplay, multiple classes with over 50 unique abilities, over 200 enemies and other features. Yes, you're collecting and breeding hundreds of cats to train and sent into battle. Turn-based legacy, a roguelike draft sim about cards. Cats. Well, I mean, cats also gonna be kind of like cards, you could say. So we'll see. Come on. Steam hits new record at 30 million concurrent users. A new milestone was reached on Sunday. It reached a new milestone with the number of concurrent users on the platform hitting 30 million this weekend. Evolve's platform reaching an all-time high of 30,024,670 concurrent users online. Insane. Out of 30+ million people using the platform on Sunday, 8.5 million were in-game. Everyone else AFK. Gibbon is botting the numbers, man. We got him. Shaken by SMH. Zelda Wiki splits from fandom in move to regain independence. Site editor says ideals are incompatible with former owner due to recent buyouts and questionable staffing decisions. Long-running online encyclopedia dedicated to Legend of Zelda game series has separated itself from owner fandom due to conflicting ideals. Zeldapedia was made in 2005 and remained an independent entity up until 2017 when it was transferred to Gamepedia. Fandom acquired Gamepedia the following year. In a statement, the Zelda Wiki editor-in-chief said that even after the transfer and acquisition, the site sought to continue its mission of curating an editorially independent, high-quality wiki operated by fans, but added that we have come to believe that these ideals are incompatible with fandom. Following fandom's recent buyouts and questionable staffing decisions, we feel we have no choice but to do our part to keep the internet free from corporate consolidation. Hey, Boone. It is. Like, I heard about that stuff like a lot with the fandom stuff, but I have no idea what's happening there actually. The statement also urged other wikis under fandom to detach from the owner and encourage fandom employees to unionize. You can keep the internet free from hegemonic control together, but it must start with us. Fandom recently acquired a number of gaming brands. Yeah, that I heard. That we had a couple of weeks ago. GameSpot, Giant Bomb, and Metacritic they bought. They're basically kind of like acquiring everything gaming related. Oh, the website is just horrendous to use, I see. Their layout isn't the best. Yeah, that I can tell, yeah. This website is garbage, that's enough for me, I see. That's like everyone agrees upon that, alright. That's easy, very interesting. So everyone is trying to just like pull out from there and make their own stuff go in. Just can't go there without a nut blocker or some sort. That is kind of true, yeah. Identical. That is quite true. Is there even any like other services to make like your own sort of like a Wikipedia-ish thingy for the game or something? Because I think they acquired everything, right? There was, I remember, like kind of like 2 different ones. I guess it was kind of Fandom and Gamepedia, I guess. And then they kind of acquired another one and it's all gone. Next indie game show? You mean the next fest or something? No idea. Probably will take some time. I don't know if they do it like every season. Like the spring one for sure, probably. Maybe there will be like winter one or something. February, I see. Extra Life, I see. Not sure about that one, really. Want to see more indie games? You can just go itch.io. There is a bunch of like there you can find a lot of like conceptual stuff for sure. In all the what's the name, the game jams and everything produce quite a lot of dank stuff. That is quite conceptual too. Get ejected, I see. You go out the way to make your own when you can. No, I mean that's the thing. Like that's the like if you have a game, a new game or something, and you want to make like a wiki for that, like where you go then? That's the thing. Like the fandom also doesn't have like. It's basically kind of like it provides you with like the engine to make your own wiki about some game, and then they just like slap a bunch of like odds on that. So it's like the giga exploitation of the user-generated content. Let's put it that way. This gives you an opportunity to make the wiki pages for something that they're gonna be attracting traffic to and monetizing it pretty much. Not like it's like the bad thing in its own. That's kind of like how social media works too, for example, right? But yeah, like if they are so controversial and over monetized with ads and everything, then maybe something else then. That's even interesting. All right, I'll see it. I see it. What stops Fandom Wiki to make the section for that game as well? Who gonna fill that with content though? That's the thing. If there is no content, then doesn't matter if your site is popular and stuff. Like the fandom is not gonna be spending money to fill the wiki. Like there's a plenty of wiki pages they have that are like dead because no one does that. Like whatever wiki will be alive, that one will be higher. That's it. Not talking about website. I'm talking about other services like this. Like yeah, like wiki.gg, as Boone said, for example. There you go. Well, yeah, you can obviously like lift your own website, of course, on your own website. But like I don't think a lot of games and a lot of studios will deal with that. That's why a lot of people kind of end up with fandom in the end, because you know, never had problems with them. I mean, there's no problems. There's like a lot of ads, seems like, and apparently all this acquisition and consolidation and everything under one company is a problem. Which, I mean, it kind of is, especially when there's like a bunch of like, they get Metacritic, a Game Bomb, all that stuff, you know. They have all the wikis, they have all the, let's get all the review sites and everything too. And let's just do whatever we want with that. And I can see there, like, the thing is, like, sometimes, you know, there's like some like one game and you just need a wiki for a little bit of information about one game, right? You don't want to, like, there's no point bothering with like making your own shit, absolutely. And I think most of the time also it's just the gamers who make them, not developers. Like someone just like likes the game, they want to contribute to it, and like for example they get like some quests, the playthroughs of the quests or something, like, you know, how to play through the quests. They just make like, you know, a few pages on the, make the wiki, make the few pages for it. I see soccer, right? I see fair, I see. Yeah, just easier. And like when it's like, as I said, yeah, like just need a few pages for some game, then you don't need to bother with something. But yeah, if it's something that is running for a while, for a whole like franchise series of the games and being maintained by a lot of people and stuff, then yeah, I guess you kind of want it to be a little bit like independent, sort of. It kind of becomes the whole project on its own that you need to maintain and stuff. And then you just kind of like, you know, get monetized and get control over your shit completely by another company. So yeah, I can see why some of the companies and people just moving into the more independent sources. It doesn't mean that if you go to some other third-party provider, it's not gonna be independent, you know, or it's gonna be independent. Still not gonna be exactly until you make it your own or something. Right. Court of Appeal denies Activision petition to dismiss a gender discrimination lawsuit. Civil Rights Department says it will continue pursuing relief for the thousands of women in California who suffered as Activision workers. Well, El Blizzard again. They keep taking the L's, man. Or rather, they try to not take the L this time, but they still taking it. That's an old L, they just can't deny it. But that's a new L now, though. Union group files complaint against Activision exec after anti-union message. Communication Workers of America claim a chief comms officer shared anti-union propaganda in company Slack. Damn, son. New labor complaint filed by the Communications Workers of America. Filing shared by Polygon accused Miservi of sharing anti-union propaganda in a company Slack channel last week, which approximately 18,000 employees have access to. Coerced and restrained employees in the exercise of their Section 7 rights, the right to join, form, or assist unions by admonishing all staff not to share anything other than discreet and respectful communication about Activision Blizzard's union stance. I can even stop taking the nails, dude. And the scrapper that takes everything from one wiki adds to in the format of another. I mean, it should be doable, some parsers and stuff. Depends how much of protection from that they have and fandom, because they probably do. A lot of those wikis and like the user-generated content websites, they are like the farm or the parsed content for like the doorways and a bunch of other stuff. Actually, not sure if doorway is still a thing, but if you like make some very, very specific requests to Google, sometimes you still see those. So that practice is still alive. That never dies, I guess. Fully. Disco Elysium author Robert Kurvitz's company files lawsuit against Zaum. Telomere has also filed an application to obtain information and review documents, but the subject of lawsuit is unknown. Dispute between the Disco Elysium developer Zaum and its former staff appears to have escalated as reports emerge of a lawsuit filed against the Estonian studio. Tech News Space first spotted a record of an Estonian court website revealing a lawsuit has been filed against Studio Zaum by Telomere, company that includes Robert Kurvitz, author of the Disco Elysium novel and designer of the game, as a board member. Kotaku Australia corroborated this, reporting that Kurvitz has been involved with Telomere since it was founded in January 2020. The site also reports that Telomere filed an application to obtain information and review documents. The court lists the date of the first hearing is November 28, 2022. No other information about the nature of subject of the lawsuit is available, although the most common speculation is that it centers around Kurvitz's attempt to reclaim the Disco Elysium IP from Zaum. Yeah, that we already... the rest we already know. They sold their IP? I am not sure that they did. I don't think so, really. I think it basically kind of like they made the company, and the company probably kind of owns the rights. Or like that wasn't specifically written there. So the company... Actually, who was the publisher, though? Who's the publisher on this one? Well, I guess you can't even see probably, is it? A bundle with control, and there is no Disco Elysium probably there. Oh no, you can have, alright. No, they self-published, okay. They self-published, so yeah, they probably do have... Oh, it's not showing because it includes tags you filter out visual novel, I say. Because it's they get self-published, they probably, like, the company owns the rights, but they were the ones who kind of formed the company. But they got fired from kind of their own company because they weren't exactly the owning it, because I think the corpa, the dude with the money, was basically owning everything. So they got fired from their own, basically, company from making their own game. And that's like, you know, the apogee of the corpa, man. That's the corpocalypse, you know. When people just get fired from their own company making their own game. Easy life, dude. Easy life. So we'll see how this will go. They want to get the franchise back, at least. Similar thing happened to Blizzard North. With which one? With which game? I wouldn't be surprised. That's in general probably way more common. Like, I mean, the rights stuff in general is like a very, very big issue quite often. Like, a lot of devs lose like rights because it's like not specifically, you know, written in the contract and stuff with publishers and everything. So quite often, like, people just lose the rights and stuff. It's just kind of, in this case, it's just like extra hilarious, if you could say so, because it's like, it's a very like specific niche kind of game that is which value is pretty much in the writing and everything, right? In the things that those particular people, you know, put into the game, and then they got fired from that game. And the game is actually also about, like, you know, and kind of like with anti-capitalistic message and everything. It did just get through the full capitalistic treatment in the end. Chose the wrong type of company structure, yeah. But they also kind of needed that, though. Like, they needed that that investor dude. They needed him because without him there would be no game whatsoever. So, you know, they kind of needed it. They needed a little bit of that corpa there. But then corpa, you know, you give them one finger and they bite off all the fucking hand and arm up to the shoulder, and maybe even more if they can fit. So that's pretty much how it happened there, seems like. HRC. Microsoft hunts for Chinese games following Genshin Impact's success. Popularity of MiHoYo's free-to-play RPG has reportedly added urgency to the search. So yeah, Microsoft basically just formed their own, the whole department now that is gonna be looking for some Chinese games with potential. Boon, yeah. Well, there was like a interview with one of the guys who was one of the founders also of Zaum, and yeah, it was quite interesting. Like, they basically, like, they were selling merch already and stuff, you know, bunch of other shit. So they're already monetizing quite well. They want even more. Microsoft wants Genshin money. I mean, sorta. They missed it because, like, Genshin is on PlayStation, Genshin is on Switch, on PC, on mobile, but it's not on Xbox. So they kind of mad. They do be kind of mad. in all this. It wasn't like I thought it was only PlayStation, but then in some of the sources I saw it was Switch also, so I was kind of like, oh, is it on Switch? Because someone said it's not on Switch. And I also thought so. I wouldn't be surprised if it's not, but yeah, in one of the articles it said Switch, so I was like, oh, alright, I guess it's already on Switch, maybe. I see. Yeah, that makes sense then. Well, I mean, still, they basically missing out on that. And they don't want to. No, it's supposed to come out on Switch, but not yet. Okay, I see. Alright, makes sense. It's just like somewhere I saw. We were talking about it like during like the week. And yeah, I think we concluded it wasn't on Switch. And then when I was like looking deeper into one of the sites, it said Switch too, and I was like, alright, I guess. Forgotten the Switch release? Okay, I see. Can they not port it to Xbox? I don't know, actually. Maybe they have some sort of like agreement with Sony that they can go to Xbox. Maybe they ask some money now from Xbox to be present on their platform. I have no idea, actually. But it's huge though, so now there's gonna be a whole department. That's the thing. You gotta become, you know, the MLG Super Gamer. And then you will become, you know, part of some department that will be looking for potential hits, you know, from some developers. Easy life, easy job, eh? Chinese mobile games market fell 19% to $8 billion during the third quarter. Active users and play hours dropped while spending power has weakened. Damn, the recession. The recession. It's coming. It's fucking coming. All over the place already, I would say. Compared with the same period last year, numbers of active users and hours dropped significantly and spending power has weakened. 89% increase in the amount of mobile games that were shut down compared to the last quarter. Quarterly revenue dive follows after the country implemented time and monetary limitations minors can spend with online game. Ah, maybe it's not exactly the recession. Let's see, what I say? The refresh, that's a weird one. That's a weird one. Alright, let's see. Swedish games industry has quadrupled revenues in past 5 years. Well, that goes better there. Industry groups tally a 5.8 billion euro in 2021 revenues from Swedish companies, with the most money coming from overseas subsidiaries for the first time. Key Developer Index 22 reports that the Swedish games industry brought in 5.8 billion in 2021, more than 4 times the 1.4 billion it had managed in 2017. Most of that growth can be attributed to the recent trend of Swedish companies acquiring foreign companies and adding their revenue to the pile. Embracer Group is the most notable example of that, but companies like Stillfront, Thunderful, and Global 7 and others have also made multiple significant acquisitions in recent years. 2017 Swedish companies' foreign subsidiaries accounted for a total of about 100 million euro in revenue. Last year, that figure was 3.1 billion, marking the first time foreign sales surpassed the domestic revenues of Swedish games companies, 2.7 billion in 2021. Beyond the foreign surge, the domestic market is still growing both in revenues and presence. A number of Swedish game companies grew by 78% between 2017 and 2021 and now stands at 785 companies. That made Sweden the third largest home for game companies in Europe at last count, chasing France for the second spot, with UK ahead of them both by a comfortable margin. Insane. And buying all the waifu rolls, damn son. Well, most Swedish game companies are tiny, 49% are solo developers and another 40% have fewer than 10 employees. They collectively employed nearly 8,000 people in 2021, up 70% from 2017. Companies with the most employees in Sweden's game industry are Ubisoft Entertainment Sweden, 837 employees, EA DICE, 730 employees, and King, 648 employees. The Sweden goes strong, man. That's good. I mean, I guess all the unions and stuff also help to actually produce, as we were talking about it. Was it earlier or yesterday? About all the yesterday, right? About all the dedicated community managers and stuff there. That's what, you know, quality work environment does to you. You perform fucking better. Alright. Let's see, these wait, is it? Oh yeah, this one. This one was ridiculous. Alright, let's go. Marvel Snap pulls in 2 million a week after launch. US lead the card battling games installs and earnings as it reached 1.3 in both categories. Well, I mean, it's not surprising because everywhere else no one really cares that much about the superhero stuff. Yeah, I need to try this one. I heard there's like some really interesting, good like mechanics for the card games that I want to see in action. With the simultaneous turns and everything, like the concept is nice. Like I might be not a huge fan of the style, but at least I do like the fact that it experiments with some concepts. That's really cool. Nice, and all this nice. Doesn't sound like much. Well, I mean, yeah, I mean for card games, that's probably quite a decent amount though. Let's see what did I say. That sounds kind of like a common problem though. Jagex hit a record £125 million revenue in 2021. Revenue at the RuneScape developer was up 4% year on year. So the record year. Since our acquisition by the Carlyle Group at the beginning of 2021, they have been hugely supportive of our long-term plans to grow the Jagex Group and of our vision to be a leader in community-driven games. Their support combined with our continued revenue growth has allowed us to make big moves in the gaming space in 2022, such as our recent acquisition of Pipeworks Studios, and celebrate significant milestones like reaching over 300 million accounts created for the RuneScape franchise. RuneScape going strong still, man. They go strong. Microsoft Game Pass figures fall short of targets. Firm misses projection by 45%. Spencer confirms that service makes up 15% of gaming revenues. It's still pretty huge though. Company set a 73% growth rate for the subscription service for the fiscal year 2022 ended June 30th, but only saw an increase of 28%. Aww. 30% growth, man. Not even 75. Come on. Targets also served as a performance incentive for CEO Satya Nadella's pay, as well as other executives at the firm. Ah, that's why you all said, I see. While Microsoft doesn't share specific figures for Game Pass users, the filing shared that the Xbox division reached over 25 million subscriptions. In 2021, company aimed for 48% growth for the Game Pass and fell short of that, hitting 37% for the year. Why you still keep increasing the goals then if you can't reach them, but they still keep increasing them. I guess they just don't want to pay their managers the bonuses, so they just go this way. Spencer also shared that while PC Game Pass has seen growth, the console service has approached the limit of users it can reach. We're seeing incredible growth on PC, and on console I've seen growth slow down, mainly because at some point you reached everybody on console that wants to subscribe. Damn son. Everyone in. Every console subscribed. No one stays out. Sonic the Hedgehog series has sold 1.5 billion copies. That shit is ridiculous, man. Sega Sammy also reveals that 77% of its Persona 5 franchise sales were international. 1.5 billion copies for all the Sonic stuff. Insane. I wonder how much like Mario and stuff sold. That would be interesting. Strategy Series Total War amassed 40.4 million units in sales. Dead strategies, by the way. Sega's Football Manager and Chain Chronicle franchise sold 25 million copies. Persona series sold 15.5 million units. Then Persona is the weakest one in the end. Shaking my SMH. No wonder then they weren't in a rush with that then. So that's so they die. Well, they want to make 2 billion copies sold eventually, you know. They want more. YouTube game streaming viewership jumps in September. Stream Elements and Stream Charts report puts YouTube live gaming hours watched up 42% as Facebook gaming declines 18% over month. Yeah, so YouTube was growing 42%. Other streaming services didn't fare as well, with Twitch hours watched dipping from 1.87 to 1.8 billion. While Facebook gaming sank 18% month over month to finish September with 328 million hours watched. Facebook has been shedding viewers all year, having peaked in January with over 600 million hours watched and declining almost every month since then. Yeah, I'm not sure why though. Interesting. The bigger relevant streamers on Facebook, no idea actually. I don't think there is a lot. A lot of like exclusivity contracts I think already over, and I don't think there was any other new loud acquisitions except for like YouTube. Now Lupo on YouTube, no? Or was he on Facebook? I think it was on YouTube. Now YouTube has plenty, Facebook doesn't. Facebook already doesn't, I think. After publication, Stream Elements representative informed us that the Switch and Analytics partner did skew month-over-month comparisons. The Stream Charts actually had YouTube gaming hours watched going down in September from on August total. Analytics sites track hours watched at different times during any given minute, so peaks and valleys can make results vary. Even with these variances, most results are consistent when it comes to whether or not platform rows are dropped in overall hours watched. Let's see. So I guess everything dipped in the end. Anyone under 20 even has a Facebook account. It depends on the region. Like some regions have a lot of people. Like I don't remember exactly. Was it Philippines? Was it Indonesia or something? Like a lot of places still have like Facebook everywhere. I mean that shit still has like what, 2-3 billion people on board. So yeah. That's quite a lot. That's quite a lot. They do mute it. I think they just kind of like abandoned that idea though. Like they just let it roll and that's it. Like the regional streamers probably still stream there because you know that's where people watch. That's where the older audiences is. And trying to buy some like you know popular streamers from other regions probably doesn't really bring them any result. That's pretty much it. Mostly poor countries, no profit in them for streaming. That's an overstatement. Even if like the country is poor, that just means you know there's more people watching, and that just means there's gonna be more odds. That's it. Yeah, odds gonna bring less money, sure, but you just like get you know by the amount of people watching. That's it. Let's see for Lewis. For the streamer itself, well then there would be like no content creators from like Russia, for example, because like advertisers here pay jack shit, and we still have a bunch, and we still have those that make it big bang. So it's all doable. It's all doable. Like if we're talking people like you know like I don't know from like some Asian countries in that stream for their local audience and their local language. Well, I mean it doesn't matter where. It matters like where you're from. Like if you're saying that like the poor country, then like we are poor country and the people still making it. It doesn't matter where. So some of them make a living on our local platforms that you don't even know about, you know. Just no one from the West has Facebook. Mostly that's what I'm talking about. Like the local streamers, local content creators, they probably thrive there and they make money out of there. That's pretty much it. That's why they don't really care about it. Yeah, like China has their own stuff too. Like there's a lot of like those platforms that you think they kind of like, who needs that, who uses that, but there's like a whole market for that stuff. We just don't see it. We don't use that. Like Facebook here never even was a thing in the first place. There was conductive for that. Like no one used ever Facebook. Like Facebook here basically used by like some like, you know, like journalists and everything who are more like, you know, like basically like everyone who wants to use some sort of social network but doesn't want to use like, you know, kind of like basic one. Everyone who wants to be a hipster pretty much, then they get the Facebook or something. China has more people than US and EU combined. I mean, like Indonesia or something too, you know. Or like Philippines or something. Like they take like the Southeast Asia and everything region. I'm pretty sure it also has more people there than US and EU combined, to be honest. Or like Latin America, take them. They have a lot of people there, you know. And that still gives you views. That still gives you audience. That still gives you money. And even the local streamers here also were making, and YouTubers were making bank for a while. Even though their income per viewer and everything is way less, but you know, it's still quite a lot. Like you're not gonna achieve some levels of like some super huge like millionaire streamers and everything maybe, but still probably can make a very good living for some of them. So yeah, I think yeah, a lot of people even below 20 still have Facebook accounts. Still, it's not going that well for them though, absolutely. But also, like, need to keep in mind that, like, Instagram is also part of the meta stuff, right? And that shit is very popular. And that also has streaming, and that also has, like, the... What's the name? Like, the TikTok format of stuff. I forgot how they called it there. Reels, I think, right? So, yeah, they do have some stuff that that appeals to different ages of audience. What's up to... Yeah. They are not like the stuff they're dumping in like the metaverse stuff. I'm pretty sure for them that's kind of like, you know, fair change. Alright. Next. The ownership of the Spin Tires games became stuck in the legal mud. He bought a house, 2 yachts, over 10 cars, including multiple AMGs, Land Rovers, and Dodge SRTs. He also bought a fairground, a ride, and a haulage firm. He had no interest in reinvesting to make more games. Former UV Games employee Reese Bolton referring to CEO Zane Sexton. Damn, son. June reporter Rebecca Valentine has one hell of a follow-up to a report our former colleague Alex Warroad first dug into 2016. Valentine's report centers on the saga of Spin Tires, a modestly successful off-roading game from 2014 that is now at the center of a legal dispute between UV Games, Saber Interactive, and maybe also IMGN.Pro. Eurogamer did its own investigation into this legal mess back in June. After Spin Tires found its audience in 2014, all the parties locked up in business deals around the game began to behave what one might call irresponsibly. According to one former employee, CEO Zane Saxton's spending habits may have railroaded the studio into a muddy legal battle and that it couldn't force its way out of. When we last checked in on this story, fans were speculating that a series of crippling bugs left in the original Spin Tires were left by game creator Pavel Zagrybilny as sabotage for delayed and unfulfilled payments from UV. Both he and UV ultimately denied that any sabotage took place, but each blamed the other for the bugs. Did the public conflict lead to a healthy resolution and continued success for UV? No. Mod runners let loose some mud. As Valentine documents, the British developers soon found itself in a legal battle with Saber Interactive, who may have plenty of reason to get into legal tussle over the rights to spin tires. At the outset of Valentine's reporting, UV representatives seem to have cast themselves as victims of a corporation abusing legal contracts to cash in on their success. The reality is far, far messier. Zagrebelny did indeed start work on spin tires while working as an employee at Saber Interactive. But when he struck a deal to turn a game demo into full game with UV, more than his original ideas may have gone into the final product. Oh, it's like one of these things. Like he was working in another gaming company, so whatever is in your head belongs to the company, you know, corporation owns you. Valentine's investigation dug up accusations that the version of spin tires released by UV may have included proprietary code owned by Saber Interactive. That's a bit of a different story. If you follow the trail of documents as Valentine did, it seems like Saber approached UV with the intent to let the UK company off the hook for the shady code sourcing, as long as it signed away console publishing rights for the series and let it develop enhancements to the original game. In return, UV would receive royalty payments. Sounds like profit. This led to the release of Mud Runner, and then the legal fights resumed. Partly because IMGN Pro apparently slid into the fray, claiming it had already signed the rights to publish spin tires on consoles. From there, the legal brawling and entanglements have grown and grown. Saber Interactive, or the corporate entity formerly known as Saber Interactive, because Saber Interactive is now owned by Embracer, is now suing UV for defamation. The fuck already? Valentine's reporting ends with few satisfying conclusions about what took place. Zagrebelny, the game's creator, apparently went back to work for Saber in 2018 and did not provide any comment. UV is apparently in dire financial straits that stretch beyond the success or failure of the Spin Tire series. What lessons are there to be learned from Valentine's reporting? Nothing grand, unfortunately. Have your lawyers check all your paperwork, behave ethically, and don't blow all your cash on Land Rovers and Dodge SRTs. Reach out to Saber Interactive, UV lawyers, and MGN Pro to ask for comment on this story, and we'll update it when any of them respond. I'll see. Yeah, what a guy. Just go ham. Spend all the money. Easy. Easy. A new milestone for Dragon Age Dreadwolf, moving closer and closer to completion. Just completed our alpha milestone. I'm working hard on various parts of the game, but it's not until alpha milestone that the game all comes together. Now for the first time we can experience the entire game from the opening scenes of the first mission to the very end. We can see, hear, feel and play everything as a cohesive experience. But yeah, still a lot of work though. Still a lot of work. Some co-op speech and stuff, alright. Hey Bjorn. Yeah, the Dragon Age got to the alpha stage, so now they can play the game from start to finish. Now it's all the polishing and finishing it completely, you know. Alright. The sexual assault custom game mode reveals a glaring Overwatch moderation problem. Blizzard removed the listing for an offensive mode and the unique code to play it. This has made the unique code for the custom game mode no longer work. Alright. Overwatch 2 has seen an influx of user-created custom game modes since its a free-to-play launch earlier this month. Like a lot of FPS games with custom server browsers, Overwatch 2's custom games can be named anything allowed by Blizzard's word filters and character limit. However, that hasn't prevented a mode called Sexual Assault Simulator from showing up, which sparked Twitter user LinMB to post a PSA for anyone who might encounter it. Not let your children play Overwatch. 12-year-old son found the mode, realized it was bad, closed the game and told me. Comedian Twitch streamer Brian Limmy Lemon posted several screenshots of the mode's listing that he found on Twitter in response to Lin MLB's tweet. Description for the mode reads, this is version 1.2 of the new and unique sexual harassment simulator. Find new friends, live a normal life, and give birth to a child. Damn, what a game. What a game. When you enter it, it forces one player to play as Cassidy against a team of strictly female Overwatch heroes. In the top left of the screen, it instructs you to flash to knock down your victims, which refers to Cassidy's old Overwatch 1 flashbang ability, and then says to teabag to fuck, which is written with spaces seemingly to get around the word filter. As you crouch, text appears on the top of the screen that says raping. Enemy heroes are then marked as pregnant, and eventually a Torbjorn bot is spawned to simulate a child. Dude, that creativity of a PP guy, dude, that's insane. Like, well, if people would be so creative and how do you say? Innovative, I guess, in the right departments, dude, we would be in space already. Lay out. And right now, with these people, if we would end up in space, we would end up in some fucking Scorn kind of space, probably. The mode, which is attributed to YouTube user Amatsuki Kone, was playable through a custom game code in Overwatch 1 as early as January, but has been updated following Overwatch 2 release. Oh, damn, they updated too. Immediately removed everything, alright. This seems to have only removed current listings of this mode in the custom games browser. No, they removed everything, seems like already, alright. Common to see Overwatch custom games titled 18 plus or NSFW alongside things like role-playing, but those warnings are usually used on things like empty maps to chill out and voice chat in, not elaborate creations that require custom scripting through the game's workshop feature. Oh, doing some good old role-playing there, I see how it is. Yeah, what a time to be alive, man. What a time to be alive, eh? Alright, get some of the trailers. Oh, whoop. Music, relax. Oh, relax. Seems like it, Bjorn, seems like it. Age of Mythology Retold. That'll be good time to play through that. That's for sure. That remake, that remaster would be quite good. I would be down. I'm down with that. Age of Mythology, dude, relax. There's too much Xboxing going. Get out. A bit too much Xbox for my taste. The K-pop simulator. Hopefully, Daxter, hopefully.
it's red. It's on me!
That looks generic. Let's put it that way.
Play it day one with Game Pass.
Hey, the devil. This all so far looked quite generic what they showed with this game. The trailer with like the classes abilities and stuff, that was kind of cool. But everything it's used in and stuff, that looks quite generic. Quite generic. This is still interesting. Age of Empires 1 and 2 you could play. Alright. Interesting. Valve updates Steam pricing tools so devs can better manage global sales. Purchasing power and foreign exchange rates constantly evolving. We need to make significant changes. Basically, it was pretty much, I think, like aimed at like Argentina and Turkey, because like the prices there are insane, or were insane. So now they are not as insane. I think in our case, like some stuff got more expensive, but I think like AAA price recommended at least dropped. So I'm not sure how it in the end gonna affect us though. Oh, yeah, this one. Sega is aiming to create a super game by March 2026. A revolutionary game with the streaming community in mind. There was some more stuff about the super game stuff there. Yeah, the aim to attract streamers. One strategy for generating such titles is the creation of a super game, large-scale global title. Currently developing such a game targeting a release by the fiscal year ending March 2026. Did they also drop like numbers they want to spend like on the development? There was like some crazy stuff there. It doesn't say here, I guess. Wait, there was like some like billion something they wanted to drop on this or whatever. And it's gonna be like something that's gonna like, you know, transcend, you know, everything and change the society and stuff. Like, bro, relax. Forgot to take some pills, dude, eh? Yeah, going a bit crazy. This one like looks more tame. This looks more tame. The Sonic Immortal, yeah. That sounds about right. Nice, so what did Gabe do there? What did Gabe do? Alright, bro. No. I'd rather watch on YouTube, eh? That's a good one.
We've been waiting here for like 2 hours. What is going on?
I don't know.
Is anyone in there? Hello?
Hello.
Hi, what can we do for you?
Hey, which one of you goons wants to have a meeting at 6:30 in the morning? Of course. They're firing us.
Okay.
They're firing us.
Calm down. They're not going to fire us. I'm
Why
sure
aren't
it's
they
fine.
firing
No, it's fine. I'm sure it's fine.
Mr. Newell called you in today concerning last year's Gabe Newell Mega Kills pack.
Okay, yeah, they're going to fire us.
Okay.
Mostly you, but...
Listen, I have zero money, okay? I spent every penny I have on the battle pass. My wife has no idea. I sold the car, I sold the house. I needed the naked axe.
Hold on.
All right.
Okay, we'll talk about the naked axe another time. You listen to me.
All right.
I don't give a shit whether you're naked or not. I'm going to get us out of this, okay?
Okay. I got you, girl. All
Am I
right.
back? All right. All right, listen here, Gabe N. If you so much as think about firing us, I'm gonna pluck every last hair out of that giant beard of yours and burn this building down with you in it. Do you understand what I'm telling you, friend?
No. This is not a package deal. You want to fire her? I'm cool.
Mr. Newell is amused.
Yep.
That's why this year he would like to record a follow-up to his greatest success, his mega kill pack. But this time, it's going to be recorded by you two.
Oh, that's great. All right, that's good. Yeah.
You'll
Worked
find
out.
scripts personally written by Mr. Newell himself on your respective stools.
All right.
One for Casey and one for Jack.
Jack, it's actually Jake. Gabe knows that though. We've worked together a lot of times.
With battle pass is a scam, yeah.
Your name's Jack.
What?
It's Jack, okay? You're changing your name to Jack. Listen, this guy's fucking crazy, all right? Last year, I was the taste tester for pet food. For pet food. But now, I'm the VP and my name is fucking Gary. Gary, all right? So listen, just be happy that your new name starts with the same letter. Okay?
Could I please be Karen?
I don't know. Does the script say your name's Karen?
No, it doesn't.
No, it doesn't. Okay, you guys are doing great. Keep up the good work. Help me.
Asshole.
Let's start recording now.
First blood, vast implications into the lore.
Nice.
Double kill, dab on those haters. Hey-oh.
Oh, yeah! No, none of that. Stop that.
Monster kill. Is this what you guys want? Because I'll give you what you want. Gabe, is this what you want? Because I can do more. A lot more.
He hates it.
First blood. Huh?
Do that one, but with no teeth.
Okay.
Unstoppable. Oh my God, this is awful. Are you guys liking any of this? Because we both know it's not working. I think everybody knows it's not working.
Be cool, man.
Unstoppable. Rampage!
Yes.
Dom?
Mick?
Yes.
Nate? Hey!
Yes!
Good. You did a good job for once,
Good
huh?
job, I know.
Nice, all right.
Thanks, Gabe.
Bye, thank you. Perfect.
Thanks,
we had a
Gabe.
great time. Thanks again. When do you think it's coming out?
Well, let's see. They've got to edit.
Why is this door locked?
The wolf time.
How long is this gonna take? I don't know.
Just as long, even for them. I'll take a look.
Already bowled completely.
Hey, how much longer are you guys gonna be? Gabe? Gary? Oh my God.
Oh my God. He's dead.
Duh. Oh no. Hey, did you look inside his pockets yet?
Oh, okay. Going straight to the looting.
Yeah, why not?
Pretty standard.
This tracks. Of course.
And stuff like this during TISA.
G-Money.
Oh, Gabe? Gabe, it's Casey and Slacks. We were just calling to check in on the status of the Casey and Slacks announcer pack, remember?
What?
The Casey and Slacks announcer pack. You know that thing you locked us in here 4 years ago to do?
Right. That was Garbo. Gary's fixing that, right?
Oh, Gabe, I don't know how to tell you this, but
Not again. Gary, bring me the potato phone.
Gabe? Gabe?
Gabe Johnson here, founder and CEO of Aperture Science. Welcome to this phone call.
K-Man, it's G-Fat.
Who?
Gabe. Gabe Newell. I saved your life in Nam.
Right. Yeah. Choking on a hot dog. That was a dark day. What can I do for you?
I'm calling in a favor.
Sounds ominous. I'm in. What's going on? Nobody's talking. Are we still talking? Because I got a hot dog cooking. Okay, I'm hanging up now. In 3, 2, bye-bye.
Insane. Insane. And the battle pass. That end was like a bit too dank. A bit too dank. What exactly? What exactly did happen? CDB, let's see. You get for having too much money. To be a lot farther. Well, I mean, you know, at this age you kind of already need to take care of yourself. Otherwise, it's not gonna be good. And not gonna be long too. Alright. That seems like it. Damn Chelsea. No cheese feels bad. That actually like makes me reminds me that there's the last day of the discounted double cheeseburger there. Need to make it there today. I need to make it there today. Alright. So that is, let me see actually here. Now was that it? That seems like an age got, the release date's got. Yeah. Seems like it, seems like it, Yeah, I see that actually, I say. Imagine not playing. Getting towards the end of the year, I mean, that's kind of like an okay-ish week though.